Connective tissue is important here in this syllabus. Why connective tissue is named so? Because connective tissue will connect each and every part of our body. That means, say, let it be organs or muscles or anything. It will be connecting each and every part of our body. And moreover, connective tissue can be very smaller and very larger. As from today, 21st September onwards, all government schools are getting open. All government schools will be getting open, such that here classes will be regular in government schools and with full attendance. And the thing is here, same timetable will be given to private schools also, and it is private schools wish that whether students are coming to school or not. But in case of government schools here, every student will be coming to the school from today onwards, already schedule given. But what is important for us means here, whatever government plan for exams will be there, that will be implied for private schools also. That means, for example, FA1 is going to be scheduled from November, means even for private schools also FA1 will be scheduled from November only. So if that is the case here, so till then you need to show important thing for the online classes here. Understood? Though some parents will be willing to send to the school and some parents are not willing to send to the school. So the parents who are saying okay, we can send our children to the school, they need to fill a form. Voluntarily form will be there here. So that means the parents are accepting that my child can go to school. So parents' permission is needed with a written format. Government is given one PDF here with a written format. And so if that is the case, even some parents from private schools are not allowing to send to school. So private schools can run with online classes only maximum till the corona situation comes down. And recently, 2 days back, central government has given that Telangana state is very high in recovery rate. That means patients are recovering very, very faster than the average faster rate of India. So India will be having average recovery rate. So than that, Telangana has recovered thing. And next, very near is there Andhra Pradesh also. Andhra Pradesh also is recovering with a faster recovery rate. Though the patients may be due to food style or very strict home rules, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are going in a very smooth pace here. So maybe food habits could be one reason, and taking strict measurements by the parents of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, that could be the reason for this. Understood? So in that perspective, maybe the corona will be very, very weakens, and it comes to very declined position by the end of this year. Till that time, this syllabus will be, that means online classes are best. And not only this, after online classes also, these videos again and again, if you watch, means you will be becoming expert in the concerned thing. Understood? And then we will start here. We are in now current connective tissue here. And yesterday we have discussed, that means before day class, we have discussed about different kinds of tissues here. If you see, squamous epithelium we discussed, and cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and connective tissue here. Connective tissue, as the name itself is there, connecting. Connective tissue itself is there, connecting here, and there is no replacement for this. And connective tissue will actually connect each and every part of our body by a concept called as binding. This is the concept. It binds to all parts of the body, and also it gives mechanical support, and also it transports food materials from one organ to another organ. And not only that, it will also, that means food will be replaced. Let me make here, food will be transported. Food will be transported from one region to another place. Not only that, vitamins, proteins, minerals, good fats, everything will be transported from one place to another place. Not only that, they also help in repairing of our cells. For example, if we fallen down from the steps and we got injury, so that injury will be cured by this connective tissue. Understood. So connective tissue is important, and also that it can perform some specific things here whenever we are not eating. For example, if your mother or father says something, if your mother or the father says something here, you just go to some room, alone room, and you will close the door and you will just sit on the bed or on the chair. Understood. So due to that, what will happen here? You won't eat food on that day. That means you are showing some scene. You are creating a scenery that you are wanting to come under you. That means the parents must listen your words only. You will be sitting like that. Parents will be thinking outside like that only. At that time, you won't eat any food. So during that situations, these connective tissues will already store some energy in the form of fat, and that will be utilized by that moment. So parents need not to worry whether you are not eating on that day. Why? The stored fat by the connective tissue will help you to give energy, so that only you can talk, you can show anger, that kind of things. So these kind of things will be done by connective tissue. And there is one connective tissue. First, it is called as areolar tissue. If you see the picture here, let I maximize this picture. You can see here, this is the areolar tissue, and this tissue is important as the name suggests that it can make due to this kind of tissues only here. If you see the connective tissue, this is known as areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is most important to hold muscles, to hold bones, and also inside the blood vessels also we can see. Inside blood vessels we can see this kind of areolar tissue. And one more thing here, this tissue not only helps in support, but it also helps in a different kinds of holding bones, muscles, and also it helps surrounding the blood vessels here. If this is the blood vessel, blood will be flowing in that. So these membranes will be holded by areolar tissue. And important cells in this are fibroblast. Can you see, this is the fibroblast. Fibroblast, why the name came means here, fibro means fibers. They just hold all the organs or muscles very tightly. And just above that, they will be having here white fibers. White fibers are important in replacement of, that means very tightly packed. Muscles will be, whenever you are going to gym or yoga or exercise here, your muscles will be tightened. Your muscles are tightened means here the gaps between these white fibers are decreasing, so that the muscles become very, very tight. And can you see here, phagocyte is one cell that has a nucleus, phagonucleus, that will help the areolar tissue, that means our muscles. So whenever your muscles, your hand muscles, so muscles to increase, understood. So muscles to increase here, these phagocytes are playing most important role, and they secrete fibrous materials with the help of the yellow elastic fibers. Can you see here, these are known as yellow elastic fibers. Here yellow elastic fibers are there that will secrete, and they will repair other cells also. If you are falling down again from the steps, your muscles are tightened by this kind of tissue only. So with the help of fibroblast cells. One more thing is there here, we have adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, whenever, for example, this is the adipose tissue, you can see here, in winter you will be getting the shiverings. So that shiverings will be controlled by this adipose tissue. Adipose means in Greek language fat. So daily we will be taking oil, fat foods, chocolates, or more starch foods, snacks, whatever you are eating at your home, that will convert into extra fat. That fat will be useful in the, this winter seasons. Why? It will help in escaping of not escaping of the heat from our body. So our body heat will be preserved in this tissue. That means in this tissue. Can you see here, cells are there? So these cells will store the fat, and those are called as adipose cells. Adipose cells combine to form adipose tissue, and to see, these are in the form of globules. Globules means ball-like structures, and they also acts like insulator. These cells also acts like insulator. Insulator means here, for example, in winter season when you are sleeping with some blanket covering outside above your body here, then what will happen? The heat will be entrapped in that wool blanket only. That means here under the blanket heat will be entrapped. So our adipose tissue, fat tissue will help not to escape this heat from outside our body. So that this will help in storing fat cells, and fat cells are important for proper functioning of our body. And I am not saying not to eat, not to stop complete oil. Oils are good to our body. In fact, A, D, E, K vitamins will dissolve in oils only. Understood? In first chapter we have about this. There are two types of vitamins are there: fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K, and water soluble vitamins are B complex and C vitamins here. And this is about the thing here. Understood? And these important topics are there. And in tomorrow's class, in next class, we will discuss another thing. And these diagrams already I made a separate slides here in before class, just to see that clear diagrams here. Most important, this is adipose tissue and this is areolar tissue. Understood? So for FA1 exams, portion will be first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. 3 chapters will be there. So with normal pace and good understanding, these classes are enough for today. And you need to revise each and every topic here. See once again, areolar tissue will be helping joining of muscles to bone. For example, if you are eating a chicken piece here, understood? If you are eating a chicken piece, you will see piece and the bone. Understood? So these two will be tightly packed by this type of tissue only. And whenever you are frying that, excess oil will be coming from the meat. So that will be coming through this adipose tissue only. So if you see chicken piece, you will understand both. And tomorrow we will discuss about this bone, inside bone. Chicken piece you have seen now, well known to you. So we can understand that in a small chicken piece here, what is the diversity is there. Understood? In this about bone, tomorrow we will discuss. Today we discuss about the areolar tissue, which will connect the muscle to the bone. So very tightly it will be connected, and inside that fat cells also will be there, and that fat cells will be increasing, storing of fat, and this is what fat cell. Today we discussed about areolar tissue and we discussed about adipose tissue. Both of them comes under classification of connective tissue. So understood? Why connective tissue here? Muscle is present towards our body, so it is connecting throughout our body. That is called as connective tissue. And why adipose tissue is called as connective tissue? Fat also will be stored everywhere in our body, so it is connecting our body. That's why it is called as connective tissue. And this is all for today. Have a good day.